and welcome back to the Be You Meditation channel. Today I'd like to talk about grounding. It's a really important factor in any type of meditation. And actually I subtly put it into all my guided meditations, and if you've watched my videos before, you may not even know that you are grounding yourself. And it's about connecting with the earth, because when we meditate we're very much up in our head. You know, we're focusing about the thoughts, we're focusing on the breath, we're all around here. And we need to make sure if we're up in the head, we're also down on the ground. And if you're doing spiritual work and spiritual meditation, it's even more important. And it's about having that connectivity to the earth and to Mother Nature. So even by feeling your feet flat on the floor, you are grounding yourself. Just taking your attention to your feet and feeling them solid on the floor is going to bring you down and is going to ground you. And actually people think, no, I need to be more up there to be able to connect with my intuition and to be able to, connect with my inner self or spiritual work. But actually you need to be grounded to be able to do that better, because you're going to be more focused. So like I said, feeling your feet on the floor is a really good one. So you'll find that when I do the guided meditations, I ask you to take your attention to your feet and feel them flat on the floor in the beginning. And at the end, I do the same thing. Take your attention to your feet. Take your attention to where your body is right now and how it's supported by the weight of the chair that you sit in. Those are all grounding techniques. You can also drink water. Water is a really good grounding technique, as well as eating. So after every meditation, I make sure that I do have a drop of water just to properly ground me. Walking on the grass outside in nature, bare feet on the grass, touching or hugging the energy of a tree, that grounds you too. But it's about making sure that you're doing that as part of your meditation every time to get the best out of your meditation, because you can actually connect much better to your higher self when you do that. So let's do a meditation today now. So let's make sure that our feet are flat on the floor, making sure that we're grounded. And our back is as straight as can be without being too uncomfortable. So we're feeling the body here before we even start the meditation. We're feeling our hands in our lap, however you want to place them, whether it's facing down, facing up, or cradled, whatever you're comfortable with. And then we're also going to start to look down at the floor with our eyes open. And the reason we do our eyes open is to remind us that we can do this anytime, anywhere. We don't need to worry about other people knowing what we're doing, because some people are worried if they're sat on public transport or, somewhere else. They're worried about people thinking or watching them while they're meditating. But actually everybody's just busy doing their own things, and it's just our paranoia most of the time. But we can just do it with our eyes open, just to remind us that we can do this at our desk in work to bring down that stress. We can do it in a queue. We can do it at the traffic lights, and we're just staring into space and just being aware of your breathing. Following our breath as it gently moves through the body. You can just be aware of the breath as it is if you want to. Or you can start to control your breaths. You can start to feel that inner breath becoming longer. And that outer breath becoming longer. So you're controlling your breathing. And whilst you're doing this, your mind doesn't want to think about all those chores that you have left to do today. It's just allowing your body to just rest in the present moment. You're almost distracting yourself from your thoughts. And this is really good if you're feeling anxious as well. So the controlled breathing, feeling that breath moving in and moving out, and controlling the way that you breathe. You can even count if you want to, so you can do 4 in, 7 hold, 8 out. But today, we can just feel that breath moving in and moving out. You can go ahead and close your eyes now. And because we're experiencing the present moment right now, you can ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And whether the answer is happy, busy, sad, tired, just accepting in this present moment, that's the way I feel, and that's okay. As long as I have the awareness of how I'm feeling, it's all going to be okay. And just be aware of your breath again, and just notice if it's changed now. Is it naturally getting deeper and longer without you having to control it? And when those thoughts or those judgments come into your mind, just accept them and then let them go and return to the breath. Okay, so let me take you on a nice guided meditation now. So as the walls of the room where you sit start to disappear in your imagination, see yourself sitting on a wall right next to a pebble beach. As you look down at the pebbles, you notice the different sizes, how they seem to fit around each other, the small, the medium and the large. The different variations in grey. And then notice the sea, which isn't too far out. The sun beaming down from the bright blue sky, you feel the warmth across your skin. But you also see the sun glistening on the surface of the water. You hear the sound of the waves as they crash against the pebbles. And you smell that salty sea air. Being by the water is very grounding in itself. So just sitting here in your imagination, we're just adding to that grounding effect. And in front of the pebbles are 3 big boulders, big stones that take you right down to the sea, where there's a small sandy patch. I want you to walk across the pebbles, feeling the unevenness and balancing your body as you walk, and then stepping onto the large stones, one after the other, across its flat surface, leading right down to the only part of sand on this beach. And as you sit down there, you're aware of the sea drawing in and out, and you realize that it matches your breath as the sea draws out and draws in, so does your breath. Surrounded by the pebbles, you watch the water flowing over their surface, cleansing every single pebble. And you pick one of the small pebbles up at the side of you. And imagine this is one of your main worries in life at the moment. The one thing that weighs you down. or the one thing that worries you about the future, and just throw it into the water as far as you can go. Watch how it splashes on the surface and then disappears down to the bottom of the ocean, out of sight, out of mind in this present moment. I'm going to leave you alone now to spend some valuable time by yourself on this beautiful beach. If your mind becomes busy, just come back to the breath after every distraction or thought. And if your mind is really busy today, say I am on the inner breath and calm on every outer breath. And I'll be back for you in a little while. Okay. So in your imagination now, see yourself sat by the water's edge on the small patch of sand, surrounded by pebbles, feeling the warmth of the sun across your body and listening to the sound of the waves as they crash onto the pebbles. Stand up and walk back to where you came from, along those 3 large rocks, and balancing on the small pebbles as you make your way back to the wall. You sit back on the wall now and look out to the sea, feeling so relaxed and yet energized at the same time. Take your attention now to your feet and feel them flat on the floor. Be aware of how your body is supported by the weight of the chair. Start to be aware of the space around you, all these grounding techniques. And when you're ready, in your own time, you can gently open your eyes. And welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that meditation. and the different grounding techniques that we've talked about today. And there's lots more out there, but these are the simple ones, just for you to be reminded about them every time you sit for meditation, to make sure that you're not feeling so spaced out. Because like I said, if you're in your head, that can cause all sorts of things. It can cause dizziness, fogginess, memory loss. It can just make you feel out of balance because you're too much up here rather than feeling yourself on the ground. So let's do a card. See what card is for the group today. And when you're watching this, this will be the right time for you to receive this card. And this is all about creating. So, creating your future, creating something good in your life right now. We can make something out of nothing. So whether that's the bush that you're seeing the lady cutting there into a shape, or whether it's just something in our life, that we've got an idea and we just don't know what to do with it. But we need to shape it. We need to start shaping that idea. We need to start thinking about it, planning, and making sure that whatever ideas that we have come to life. Ideas are great, and when you meditate you get more ideas because your mind is less busy, and so the intuition and all of the different wisdom comes through. But we need to do something about it when we have it. So make sure that you're creating something in your life. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great week, and remember, stay mindful. Bye for now. If you like the video, then please subscribe, like and share. And remember, stay mindful.